Hi, this is Akshay Akkineni.
Hi, this is Parvathy.
Hi, this is Akshay Oberoi.
You're watching
BollywoodHungama.com.
We have with us the Pizza 3D team with us in Bollywood Hungama office, and Akshay Oberoi, Parvathy, and the director Akshay. Huge pleasure to have you guys on Bollywood Hungama first of all.
Thank you. Huge pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Tell us about the entire idea of just getting this film into Hindi, because originally it is in Tamil.
So the idea is that it's got a strong, very strong storyline and content. And when we saw, me, Bijoy and the team saw the film, we were extremely happy. I mean, we were amazed as audiences. And when the chance was given to me, the idea was, it's anyway got a strong hold in terms of content. How do you make the experience better? And that's when I started looking into adapting it and changed around a lot of things. And 3D was one of those inputs that came in. And so yeah, sound-wise and visually, we're trying to make the experience much better than what it was in Tamil film. So that's how Pizza came about.
Akshay Oberoi, you had a film before this, Isi Life Mein, and you were appreciated for your acting in that. How important is Pizza 3D for you because in a way, some would say that it's a bit of a relaunch for you as well.
See, I don't really look at it that way. I think these are very Bollywood kind of constraints and very Bollywood kind of ideas that it's your relaunch, it's your, how important.
It's coming after four years of Isi Life Mein, I believe.
Yeah, I think 3.5 or something like that. Yeah. So that film didn't do well. It had come out and didn't do well. But
the performance was appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, critics were kind to me. I guess that was a nice thing. But it takes you a while to get the next job, because it's, when you don't have the kind of support system backing you and supporting you to get good work and to get meaty roles, it's difficult. You have to really, the struggle that I had before getting the first film, I went right back to it after the film released. So I went back to cold calling people, knocking on doors, and the same struggle hota hai sabka. But for me, it's important that the film is liked more so than anything else, because that's what actually matters. And I'm not so worried about a relaunch or this or that. I mean, because the rest of the world doesn't look at movies that way like we do. I think that's a very media kind of terminology for it. The audience, I think over time you have to give them good content, good work, and over time these things are decided, not so 1 or 2 films or 3 films. So I'm not really looking at it that way. But with that said, it is very important that people like my work, that people like the film, like all of our work, and want to see more work from us.
Parvathy, as you can see, she's stunningly beautiful. Now, you've had your stint down south as well.
Yes.
And this is your first Hindi movie, I believe.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experience of being a part of Pizza 3D. And it's not an easy film, it's not a conventional, that song and dance routine sort of, and it is performance oriented. So how confident are you of your performance?
Yeah, I've been in Mumbai and I love the song and dance routine in films. But then what happens is, when you come from a fashion background, everyone kind of writes you off like, oh, she's a model, she cannot act. So for me, it was always, I always wanted to do films where I can showcase, or I have that, I have that window to perform. And I got that with Pizza. And I loved the Tamil version. And when Akshay sent me the draft which he had written, which he had adapted in Hindi, I just fell in love with it. And I said, I would love to be part of a film which has such good technical backing, and when it's in 3D, I mean, that kind of interested me even more, because 3D is a phenomenon which has been loved by the youngsters and the youth of the country. And we don't have too many films in Hindi which has done justice to 3D as such. And I think our story kind of really complements 3D as a main medium to enhance actually the experience.
Yeah, हमने ज़बरदस्ती नहीं डाला है 3D.
Yeah.
Great.